Hey guys, LMC here, and today I'm going to take a little test ride on a Yamaha R3. I don't know if this one will be it or if it's another one. I'm out here at Peter Stevens in Ringwood, and they're doing this kind of like Yamaha R3 ride day. It's very controlled, so I'm going to be like chaperoned by some guy from Peter Stevens apparently, which is going to be code for zero fun factor on this test ride. So I apologise in advance. This video is probably not going to be as good as my previous ones, just because I'll have bugger all time with the bike. I think they're going to give me like 20 minutes or something just to go around the block, and it'll be following this other bloke the whole time. But anyway, what can you do? I've never ridden a Yamaha before, so this is my first Yamaha ride, so I'm kind of excited to try a totally new manufacturer and see what it's like. But let's wait for this guy to come out and chaperone me and we'll get riding. How cool does this bike look? I know I said this about the Ninja 300 when I rode it a while ago, but I think this trumps it. This just is like dripping, absolutely dripping in little sports bike. I love the blue wheels. How cool are those blue wheels? If you're going to get one of these R3s, you got to get blue wheels. They look amazing in real life. Amazing. That's so cool. Alright guys, here we go. Little R3. This thing is really cute. I shouldn't say that. It's manly. It's manly and beastly. Let's start her up. Hey. Man, this bike looks cool. This looks so cool. Yamaha have another little bike which I thought looked pretty cool, which is the R125. But the thing I didn't like about the way that looked was because it had like these grey wheels. You know, so the wheels are kind of grey and they look cheap and nasty. But these are this beautiful blue. Don't know if you can see it, but oh, they look sexy. If I was going to get a Yamaha, it would be in blue, I reckon. Because in my mind, blue is the Yamaha colour. Just like in my mind, red is the Honda colour. So I have no idea how much time I'm going to get on this bike. I can't imagine it's going to be much. I'll be quite honest with you. I think I'm probably going to get a very short burst on this bike. So hopefully I'll be able to give you some time to tell you my thoughts, but I'm kind of skeptical. Oh, the indicators are in like the opposite spot to my Honda. Ooh, so weird getting used to different bikes. I don't know if I should split to catch up with this guy. What's the deal? Anyway, who cares? I'm kind of clad in the enemy's clothing though. My high vis vest I'm wearing has got Honda stuff printed all over it. I'm that guy who doesn't even go here. Oh, there goes my chaperone. He's turning left. Left I shall go. Oh, this is what I was worried about. A chaperone ruining my fun. Oh well, let's see how it feels. Oh shit, it's really agile. God, this is more flickable than the Ninja. Oh hell yeah. God, I feel like I don't have to apply any pressure on the handlebars to get it to do that. That's crazy. This bike feels good, guys. This bike feels really good. Really planted. I don't know how new these tires are, so I want to be careful. And if I crash this thing, I'm up for like a $1,500 excess. So, that right mirror is not doing me much. I haven't got that in the right position. Oh well, I'll use my left. Alright, so I'm impressed. One thing the first thing I noticed, and the first thing I always sort of check out when I get on new bikes, is the dash. I'm always curious about how the dash looks. And this one, I tell you what, this one has blown me away. This one has so much information on it. And for a budget entry-level bike, it's really impressive. So you get temperature, you get a clock, you get a fuel gauge, you get a nice analog rev counter, which I love to bits. You get, of course, the standard trip and all that kind of stuff. But the thing that's kind of impressed me is it has a gear indicator. I think that's a great feature for new riders, to be honest. You know, my Honda doesn't have it. None of them do, in fact. Like none of the kind of like entry-level ones, at least that I've checked out, like the CB300, 500, etc. None of them have a gear indicator. But this little Yamaha's got one, which is awesome, you know, right? Because like, as an inexperienced rider, that is something that I have fumbled with a bit, especially on the highway. I always go for like an imaginary 7th gear. So I'll be like accelerating up to 100 onto the highway, getting up to 100, everything's going well, and then I feel like I should just click up one more gear to make the bike a little bit more comfortable, and I'm like, oh shit, there's no more gears. So yeah, having a gear indicator, I think that's a great feature for a young rider, especially like an inexperienced one, because you always know what gear you're in. When you come down and to do like a sharp 90-degree turn, like if you're coming off a main street into a side street or something like that, you're basically going to know, when you're in second, and it's just so easy. You just quickly glance down and boom, there's your gear. I mean, I think it's one of those sort of features that as you get more experience, you are going to be, you're going to need that kind of feature less, as you kind of get to know your bike and know the engine sound and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think as an experienced rider, gear indicator, great feature. Makes me want one. I get the sinking feeling, guys, that this is it. I think I'm 50% through my test ride now. Go Peter Stevens. Little 10-minute tool around the block at 50 k's an hour. I'm really sorry, guys, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to give you much on this bike. Well, here we go. We're going to get a bit of main road. Let's see what I can do up to, I don't know, 60 or 70 or whatever the limit is around here. 80. Excellent. Ah, yeah, plenty of power. Plenty of power in this little engine. I reckon it's got better power delivery than the Ninja for sure. And that's basically the same configuration. This has got a great power delivery. It's got a nicer noise too, I reckon. Even though this has a stock pipe, I reckon this sounds nicer than the what's it called? Than the Ninja Road. No, I've lost my chaperone. Oh, what a shame. Oh dear. Lost my chaperone. So if I think Peter Stevens, I think this bike new is like $7,000 or thereabouts. Which puts it awfully close to the 500 from Honda, the My Bike and the CBR 500R, but those two are obviously much bigger and more powerful. So, can I recommend buying this bike as a new rider? Look, sure, it's great. It's great. This bike is awesome, but it's definitely more expensive. Yamaha, I think, generally ask a slightly higher price bracket for their bikes than Honda do. So if you're concerned about budget, then Honda's still going to be the better option, because I think you can get more bike for your money from Honda. But if you go with Yamaha, you get a couple of extra creature comforts. I mean, the gear indicator is one such example of those creature comforts that you get if you spend a bit more money. But this is $7,000. The 300cc equivalent from Honda is more like sort of 5 or 6, I think. So you get a whole lot more bike for your money, in my opinion, from a Honda. But yeah, look, this is quite nice. So this has a few extra bits and pieces which are nice. So it comes down to whether or not you want to spend the extra money on like things like a gear indicator, etc., and maintaining a nice analog tack, if that means anything to you. But yeah, cool, beautiful bike. And this bike has got the styling department. I think this has got the Honda beat in terms of the styling department, to be honest. I think this bike looks better than the 300R. So yeah, take it for what you will. It's a more expensive bike, this bike, but it's a beautiful bike. I'd be very happy owning this little bike. Very, very happy. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed a really short little burst on the what's it called, the R3 that I'm on here. I've got to take it back now. That was it. That was all she wrote. That was all they're going to give me, was that little burst. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next video.